Ever wondered how a group that influenced the course of history was born? Let's dive into the origins of the Assassins, a Levantine Nizari Fatimid Ismaili sect that wielded its power with a blend of political cunning and ruthless efficiency. Our story begins with Al-Hasan bin Al-Sabah, the sect's founder. Born in Al-Ray in the year 430 AH, Al-Sabah was raised in a Shiite upbringing. At the tender age of 17 he adopted the Ismaili Fatimid path, marking the beginning of his journey into the world of power and intrigue. In the year 471 AH, Al-Sabah embarked on a pilgrimage to visit his imam, Al-Mustansir Billah. This journey would prove to be a defining moment in his life. Upon his return he dedicated himself to spreading his message across Persia. Al-Sabah's influence grew, and in the year 483 AH he took control of the Alamut Castle. This fortress would become his stronghold, the heart of his burgeoning state. However, the political landscape was about to shift dramatically. Just 4 years later, in 487 AH, Imam Al-Mustansir Billah passed away. In the ensuing chaos, the crown prince Nizar was killed by minister Badr al-Jamali, who then transferred the imamate to the younger son, al-Mustali. This led to a split in the Fatimid dynasty, birthing the Nizari, Levantine, and Mustali sects. Undeterred, Al-Hasan bin Al-Sabah began calling for the imamate of Nizar. He claimed that the imamate had been transferred to a grandson of Nizar, who was secretly brought to Alamut. This new imam was kept secret, adding another layer of intrigue to the already complex political landscape. Al-Hasan bin Al-Sabah's reign marked the beginning of a new era, but it was also the start of a series of power struggles that would shape the Assassins' future. The stage was set for the birth of the Assassins, a sect that would leave an indelible mark on the annals of history. Qaybzorg Amid, a more tolerant and political leader, took over the reins after Al-Hasan bin Al-Sabah. Under Qaybzorg's rule, which spanned from 1124 to 1138, the Assassins experienced a shift in leadership style. Unlike Al-Sabah, Qaybzorg was more of a diplomat than a fanatic, showing a greater degree of tolerance and political acumen. His reign was marked by intense battles with the Seljuk neighbors, yet amid the external conflicts, Qaybzorg Amid showed remarkable resilience. His political savvy and strategic mind allowed him to navigate through these battles, ensuring the survival and stability of the Assassins during his reign. His leadership approach was a stark contrast to Al-Sabah's fanatical tactics, demonstrating that the Assassins were not just a sect defined by religious extremism, but also a political entity capable of strategic thinking and diplomatic relations. Despite the external conflicts, Qaybzorg Amid managed to maintain the stability of the Assassins. Muhammad Qaybzorg Amid, a leader who imposed respect for Islamic duties, took the stage next. His rule, which spanned from the year 532 AH or 1138 AD to 557 AH or 1162 AD, was marked by a profound interest in advocating for the Imam. During his reign, Muhammad Qaybzorg Amid demonstrated a strong commitment to enforcing the traditional Islamic duties, both within his sect and in the broader society. This was a significant departure from the more fanatical and violent tendencies of the Assassins, reflecting Muhammad Qaybzorg Amid's more religious and traditionalist approach to leadership. However, his rule was not without its challenges. Internally, he faced significant opposition from members of his sect who believed in the imamate of his son. This ideological conflict led to a wave of violence and persecution within the Assassins, with many followers being killed, expelled, or tortured under Muhammad Qaybzorg Amid's rule. Externally, Muhammad Qaybzorg Amid had to navigate the treacherous waters of political and religious tensions in the region. The Assassins were often at odds with their neighbors, including the powerful Seljuk Empire, leading to numerous conflicts and battles. Despite these challenges, Muhammad Qaybzorg Amid managed to maintain a semblance of order and stability within his sect. His strong emphasis on Islamic duties and traditions helped to temper the more radical elements within the Assassins, while his firm hand ensured that internal dissent was swiftly and decisively dealt with. However, the internal conflicts and external pressures that marked Muhammad Qaybzorg Amid's rule would have far-reaching consequences. They not only weakened the unity and strength of the Assassins, but also set the stage for a significant shift in the sect's ideology. Muhammad Qaybzorg Amid's rule was characterized by both internal and external strife, setting the stage for a significant shift in the Assassins' ideology. This shift, which would come under the rule of his successors, would see the assassins moving away from their traditional religious beliefs and towards a more radical and fanatical form of Islam. Hassan II and Muhammad II, two leaders who drastically altered the assassins' belief system, came to power next. In 1162, Hassan II ascended the throne. His rule was marked by a series of radical theological shifts that shocked the assassins' community. In the month of Ramadan in 1164, Hassan II made a startling proclamation: the resurrection had arrived. This announcement effectively ended Sharia law within the sect. Obligatory duties were dropped, and breaking the fast was permitted. But Hassan II didn't stop there. He took an even more controversial step by claiming that he was the imam of the era. This claim, which suggested he was a direct descendant of Nizar, was a break from the tradition of the sect and caused a significant stir within the community. Hassan II's reign was brief, ending in 1166. His successor, Muhammad II, continued in his father's footsteps. Muhammad II further developed and consolidated the theory of resurrection, a doctrine that had been introduced by his father. This was a period of change for the assassins, as they navigated the implications of these theological shifts. However, it wasn't just internal matters that occupied Muhammad II's attention. His rule also coincided with the dissolution of Seljuk dominance. The emergence of the Turkmens and the beginning of Turkish expansion presented new challenges and opportunities for the sect. Despite these external pressures, Muhammad II successfully managed to maintain the unity of the assassins. Muhammad II's reign lasted until 1210, marking a 44-year period of radical change within the assassins' belief system. From the announcement of resurrection to the development of its theory, the transformations brought about by Hassan II and Muhammad II were profound. The reigns of Hassan II and Muhammad II marked a turning point in the assassins' history, causing a significant shift in their ideology. This shift was not without controversy, but it was a testament to the dynamic nature of the sect and its ability to evolve in response to changing circumstances and leadership. Jalal al-Din Hassan III, the leader who brought the assassins back to Islam, was the final key figure in the assassins' history. Born to Muhammad II, Jalal al-Din Hassan III ascended to the leadership of the assassins in the year 1210. His reign was marked by a radical departure from the views held by his predecessors. Jalal al-Din Hassan III outright rejected the resurrection theory propagated by his father and grandfather. He deemed their beliefs as heretical and declared them infidels. Jalal al-Din Hassan III's reign was not just marked by ideological rejection. He took active steps to undo the work of his predecessors. He initiated a widespread purge of their writings, ordering the burning of their books. This act was a symbolic and literal erasure of the resurrection theory from the annals of the assassins. But Jalal al-Din Hassan III didn't stop at merely rejecting the old beliefs. He took a bold step forward. He publicly declared his conversion to Sunni Islam. This was a significant turning point for the assassins. A sect that had been founded on a breakaway from mainstream Islam was now openly embracing it. This conversion wasn't just a personal choice. Jalal al-Din Hassan III used his position as head of the assassins to reconnect the sect with the wider Islamic world. He opened lines of communication with influential figures of the time, including the Abbasid Caliph Al-Nasir li-Din Allah. This outreach was a clear signal that the assassins were seeking to reintegrate with the broader Islamic community. Jalal al-Din Hassan III's reign was a time of significant change for the assassins. His rejection of his father's beliefs and his open conversion to Islam marked a new direction for the sect. His rule brought the assassins back to the fold of Islam, closing a significant chapter in their history. Jalal al-Din Hassan III's reign marked the end of an era, bringing the assassins back to the fold of Islam and closing a significant chapter in their history. So, what was the impact of these leaders and their sect on the world? The assassins, a sect founded by Al-Hasan bin Al-Sabah, were marked by their devotion to the imamate of Nizar ibn Al-Mustansir Billah. From their stronghold in Alamut Castle, they spread their message and influence across Persia. The reigns of Qayyab Zorgamid, Muhammad Qayyab Zurkamid, Hassan II and Muhammad II saw a range of ideologies, from religious tolerance to the outright rejection of Sharia law. The sect's final leader, Jalal al-Din Hassan III, made a drastic shift back to mainstream Islam and renounced the beliefs of his predecessors. This dynamic history of the assassins has left an indelible mark on the world. Their legacy is seen in the term assassin, now synonymous with stealthy, treacherous murder. While the assassins may no longer exist, their impact on history is undeniable, and their story continues to captivate us to this day.